live tea tasting. I've got an exciting blend for you guys today. So this is something that I haven't had in a really long time. Now most of you who have been around for a bit would remember, hey gamer, welcome. Will remember that I took a trip to Australia about going on, what, 2 years ago, I want to say, about 2-3 years. And I discovered a place out there called T2, and they sold some really good tea. It's been a while. I've never opened up this one, but it smells absolutely delicious. So tonight's blend is going to be T2's Jade Mountain. And this is a bit of a complicated blend because it's got a lot of ingredients going on. It starts off with Genmai Cha, which is one of my favorite Japanese green teas. That's the one with popped rice in it. It's got dried popped rice, brittle pieces, which has got sugar and hazelnut, cocoa husks, sweet blackberry leaves, chicory root, almonds, carob, and it says natural and artificial flavoring. So that's got all of that in there, and we'll start off with a taste. Oh man, this smells really, really toasty. Snea, welcome. It's really toasty and chocolatey. There's no actual chocolate in it, but it's got like that hazelnut depth, that natural sweetness kind of thing. So it smells really, really nice. And it looks like hey Mao, welcome. It looks like there's some visible viscosity in here, which means that there's probably a lot of powdered pieces. It might have taken some damage, either in transport or maybe that's just how it's packed, but it looks like there's a lot of powdery pieces in there. You're not able to really see it on camera, but it is there. So I went ahead and I steeped it at 180 degrees. That's the way that you should do a green tea, especially a Japanese green tea, to get the flavor out without over steeping. So let's see how this goes. Okay, yeah, it's very sweet. You can taste the viscosity in there. There's a certain thickness to it. That's probably because the powdery nature is really present. But it is quite apparent that this is artificially flavored. I mean, if you have a sweet tooth, you'd appreciate it. I prefer the ones that don't have any flavoring, or at least artificial flavoring whatsoever. But that's not to say that I don't enjoy teas like this. This has a nice sweetness to it that it keeps the palate interested. I'm not getting a whole lot of the Genmai Cha. It's a little bit lost in there due to all the flavors that are mixed in. And I can even show you that this is a really interesting looking blend. I'm trying to make sure that this thing doesn't fall out. But you can see this doesn't look like the green tea that it is. It's probably because of all the hazelnut, all the what was it? Not the chicory, the carob. Oh, there is chicory. I knew there was chicory in there somewhere, but I didn't see it right off the bat. All of the hazelnut, all of the like chocolatey flavoring that's in there. It has dyed the leaves a bit of a brown, so you're not getting the full green tea flavor. It's kind of masked by the overall sweetness of it. I'm kind of disappointed because I tend to love Genmai Cha. So I was hoping there'd be a little bit more of it coming out. But this is along the same lines as like a David's tea, where it's got the extra flavoring. It's got the it's got that scented and that flavored texture to it. It's a little bit thick, so you have a bit of a mouthfeel on it, but it's not grainy. It's very smooth mouthfeel. Now, since this was blended, not blended, this is steeped at a lower temperature, you're not gonna get like that initial hiding of flavors. So when you drink like a hot black tea, you're going to just taste black tea, that earthiness, that boldness. It's supposed to be a green tea, so it's supposed to be more on the vegetal side. I'm not getting vegetal at all. It's the kind of tea that, I don't know, in my honest opinion, it doesn't really taste like a tea at all. It's more like a tea drink, if that makes sense. Like, you know how you have orange juice and then orange drink? Hey, Teresa, welcome. It's more on the orange drink side, where it tastes like orange, but it doesn't taste exactly what orange juice tastes like. There's always that kind of straying from the path kind of a flavor for it. That's what I'm getting right now. It tastes more like a chocolatey, nutty drink rather than a tea. I mean, it's good for what it is, but like, you know how I always used to call David's teas like the McDonald's of teas? This is just about what you'll be getting. I don't know, it's been a while since I've had a T2 tea, and it's like I guess it's since it's been so long that my palate has matured in a sense, and I'm not getting what I want as a serious tea drinker. But like, this is good for a break. This is good. It's kind of like a mindless enjoyment, and that's not a bad thing. It looks like a lot of chemicals in this tea. I mean, it's hard to say because the very last thing is natural and artificial flavoring. So that means that's the least prevalent component, but it's like a watered down flavor. Not necessarily, because like it's not a very watery tea. Like, you can't, like on the white tea side, if you drink a Silver Needle, something like that, the flavor of the tea itself is slight, but you taste a lot of the hot water. For this one, it's more like chocolate quick. Like, you have a depth of chocolate flavor. You don't taste the milk at all. So, in that kind of it's in that kind of a vein where I'm tasting more flavor, and I think, just in my opinion, it takes away from the quality of the tea itself. Like, I want to taste the hey Claudia, welcome. Like, I want to taste the Genmai cha in this, but I really can't. And I love Genmai cha. It's got a very distinct flavor, but I'm not getting any of that in here. I am getting like a lot of the hazelnut. I'm getting a lot of the chicory. I'm getting a lot of the brittle and the sugar. This isn't the kind of tea that I would go to, but it's the kind of tea that I would give to somebody who has a sweet tooth. It's more about, like, in this case, it's more about the drink than the tea. And I mean, that's some people's favorites. People who generally don't like black teas because they're so strong, or they don't like green teas because they're so vegetal. Um, this would be a good way to bring people towards tea, but without taking it too seriously. It's it's very very sweet. I mean, I'm not saying that it's a bad tea or a bad flavor. Um, it's just not a very serious flavor. It's just not a very serious kind of tea. I gravitate more towards the teas that are either unflavored, not to say unsweetened, because I mean, I love vanilla rooibos. I love Thai chai, and that's got sweetening flavors. Well, no, sorry, I take that back. It's got sweetening ingredients. It's got like the coconut, it's got the vanilla, it's got the it's got the rooibos itself is really sweet on its own. And tea really shouldn't rely on artificial flavoring. Because ultimately that's you bring in a certain kind of expectation, it's kind of this is very much a McDonald's kind of tea. Like, I wouldn't drink this on a regular basis, but once in a while it's pretty good. I would actually try this iced, because it's very sweet and it's very upbeat. I'm enjoying the sweetness of it, but I'm not convinced of its quality, because to me artificial flavors take away from it in general. But yeah, like this is something that if I wanted to take a break, and just relax, have a cup, this would be something good. I just wouldn't recommend it around certain circles. No, that makes me sound like a big tea snob, but I mean it's true. I had a similar experience with some of their other teas, and I just like some of them I just didn't enjoy anymore. But this one, like this, I'm trying it for the first time in a long time, and it's not bad. I think that this would just taste better iced. And it just wouldn't be a go-to. Okay, so questions, comments. I'm going to open up the floor. Now's the time. I'm going to try the Thomas taste. Now, the Thomas taste should be pretty interesting because it's going to bring all the flavors out at once. Yeah, it's just tons and tons of hazelnut. Why mix so much stuff in Genmai Cha? Well, I mean, there's a few reasons. I don't know what this particular company's reasons are. I mean, like, there's people who don't appreciate tea but want to get into the business tend to flavor things more to their tastes and cater to people who are like-minded. They want to put in they want to get tea popularity versus tea authenticity. And like it's okay, but you just miss out. Because tea has so much more to offer, and if you just refuse to give it a chance, other times people flavor tea because the tea that they purchase is cheap, and they want to cover up the cheapness of the leaf with the flavor. I'm not saying that that's what's happening here because I don't know. I'm just going by what the taste is. And in my experience, like you miss out by putting so much in there that you lose sight of the actual tea that you're trying to promote. And on top of that, if you're looking to say, what was the quality of the Genmai-cha in this blend? I can't say because I can't taste it. Like, I honestly cannot taste any of the Genmai-cha in it. Genmai-cha has a very distinct flavor. It's supposed to be a little bit salty. It tastes like rice, and it's got that quality in it. All I taste is the hazelnut flavoring. All I taste is the you can't hear me. Sorry about that. Can I get a sound check on Twitch? See if how I'm coming on there. Sorry, boss. It's you can't hear me? Oh, dang it. What is going on? Let me see real quick. Yeah, nothing's coming in from my desktop. All right, no, that's not working either. Seriously? Yeah, it must be one of those things where technical issues. You gotta love it. At least you guys can hear me on Facebook, right? Yeah, let me just type a message real quick. There was, oh God, how did we get it last time? Okay, hopefully, nope, that's not working. Okay, good to know that it's working. Oh, you guys hear me on Twitch now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, sorry about that. I don't know what was going on. I had to reset the audio input, but it's working now. So sorry. Okay. Anyway, I forgot where I left off. But yeah, like this is just it's like the quality of the Genmai-cha. Yeah, like it's hard to say because it's completely lost in this blend. Yeah, like you can see in the viscosity itself how thick. This is not a really green looking tea. This would probably pass for more on the oolong side, but when you take a closer look and you can see the particulates, you can see like things floating around in there, all of that is the extras. You're getting all of the brittle pieces, the powdery chicory root, the almonds. You're getting probably colored artificial artificial flavoring, and it's really taking away from the overall experience. I would recommend it, but only to certain people. Like if I want to recommend somebody who's looking to get into a serious tea, I would try something else. But somebody who likes sweet flavoring, somebody who likes, somebody who doesn't want to take tea so seriously. I wouldn't recommend this for somebody who's looking for a healthy tea. That would be that wouldn't be good. But people who are just like looking for a flavor, it's a good flavor. It's a simple flavor, very chocolatey, hazelnutty. I mean, I like it as a flavor, but I wouldn't recommend it to any serious tea drinkers. Like if I were to go to lead another tea crawl, we wouldn't go to T2. Like, because I usually promote these as a serious trip, serious visit, and like this doesn't really fit the bill. But I mean, like it's good for a casual thing. Like you meet somebody for an afternoon tea, you just want to hang out and talk. I can see myself drinking it in that case. But if I want to sit down and really enjoy my cup, I wouldn't recommend this. Okay, announcements. Do I have any announcements? Not at the moment. Yeah, it's been a little bit quiet on the community front. But once once things start picking up, once people are able to leave the house again, it'll pick up. We had a pretty good tea party on last week. So we won't be having one this week. I've got other plans for tomorrow, so we won't be meeting. But the week after, most likely, I'll have something put together. But yeah, like I feel like there's something that we could be doing as a group. I don't know. I gotta figure something out. We'll see. Because I still want to keep people engaged. And I'm not really in a position to like get people together at the moment. So maybe with some online activities, we'll see. I'm about ready to finish this blend. So questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, now is the time. It looks like we'll be ending this one a little bit early because I've got no more tea. Oh, well, thanks so much for joining me tonight. I don't know if there is an American version of T2 available online. If there is, I will post a link in the description. Until next time, have a great night, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.